go see the guy that we really want to go see at the hospital. So, and as far like I said before, with Nico, Nico does not want us to pursue this case anymore, but she doesn't want to tell George. Just like George, I wouldn't, you know. She just acted uninterested or uninterested, and said she was going to go see her, go to work or go do another case, or I don't remember exactly what it was, but I do know that it wasn't working on this murder mystery of the clown killer, or they call it the clown killer, the costume killer is what it is. So she didn't seem like she was going to go work on the mystery. Now this gal, maybe we can talk to her again.
Hi, I'm Dr. Stobart.
Doctor?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so she's passed. I can't do anything with her. This guy keeps pacing back and forth. Is it something I should do with him? Could you teach me how to do a pressure reading? I slept through that part of class. Oh God, I can't get the guy, and am I supposed to do something with him? All right.
Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir.
Blood pressure cuff.
Here, take this pressure gauge.
Thank you, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, keep it safe until I think of something.
Hold on. Can I have that blood pressure gauge back? I wasn't supposed to give you. I don't think. Can I shake your hand?
Shake my hand, Benoit.
I don't think that's a good idea, sir.
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Still getting a lot of shadow. Maybe it's not that way on the stream. In the video camera. Okay, I don't know, because we talked to this guy about all this stuff. I want that blood pressure cup back. I don't think this guy was supposed to have it.
See you later.
Right.
Alright, let's see if we can get it back.
Excuse me, sir.
Aha! Just the man. You must be the new boy.
Yes.
Yeah, I must be.
Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bernie, come here, boy. This is Benoit, my nephew. Can I trust you to look after him?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He is fresh out of medical school.
Awesome.
It will open his eyes to see a real doctor on the job.
I'll bet.
Show him around. Let him see some real suffering.
Oh, boy, do I have just the person in mind for you. Come on, Benoit. Come on, Benoit. Let's go this way. We don't need to mess with that guy anymore. What we need to do is go see this guy. Come on, Benoit. This was dumb luck.
Hi.
It could be
me
more
again.
dumber luck. All right. Yeah, but am I gonna shake your hand?
No way.
Would you know what this is?
Do you know what this is? It looks like plaster.
Ah, damn it.
I'll come back later.
No, don't come back later. Come back with this dude. All right, let's talk to him.
Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir.
Can you give that guy a blood pressure check, please?
You still have that gauge I gave you?
Ah, yes. What do you want me to do with it?
Go and take care of this dude.
Use it on Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
Hope the other guy's raising his hand now. No! Okay, so he did it, and now he's busy. So George can now go on past. Oh, hello. Oh, now we gotta get past this guy.
I'm Dr. Stobart.
Bonjour, docteur.
Bonjour, doctor. Okay, how about these Heckle and Jekyll?
Have you seen any suspicious characters on the ward?
Yeah, I have.
A gorilla and a weasel?
No, this was a tatty old bear.
How is the bear acting suspiciously?
Well, he was wearing a homburg.
Is that against the law?
No, but it's pretty weird for a bear.
How about this
Have
guy?
you heard of a guy called Marquet?
He's in quarantine, doc, right behind this here door.
Marquet is just the man I wanted to see.
I wouldn't go in there if I was you. He has anthrax.
He's got anthrax.
I have to visit my patient.
What for?
Routine. I have to check he's still breathing.
What if he's not?
I'll sign the certificate and register his bed as vacant.
That's a cold and distant attitude to death.
Well, I've been institutionalized to the point of godlike aloofness.
The white coat suits you.
Thanks.
Okay, how about talking to this guy, the police, about this one?
Can you think of any sensible use for this plaster?
Sensible? No. Puerile? Yes. But you've probably thought of those already.
This guy.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I have never seen him before.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Don't get cute with me.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
It looks as if it has been used to wipe Satan's bottom.
I hate to say it, but you could be right.
Do you know what this tool is used for?
What do you think this tool is used for?
Branding mice without bending down.
Too funny.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamet?
No, it sounds Middle Eastern.
Are you Thomas Merlin of Gruber Electronics?
No?
Then you won't be needing this. Do you recognize this gem?
It isn't an emerald, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
And finally, can we shake your hand?
Would you like to shake hands?
What for?
As a gesture of goodwill.
On reflection? No.
Wow, nobody
Catch you
wants
later,
to shake
officer.
my hand.
Au revoir,
Dang it.
doc.
All right, we can go on in. We're going to go in and see our patient, Marquet.
Marquet?
Yes, I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Well, what are you waiting for? Get it over with.
I just want to know what I should do with the gem.
The Lahmar gem.
Yeah, right here in my pocket.
I thought you were one of the assassin.
Not me. I never inhaled.
So, you were sent in my place?
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grandmaster quickly. Tell
What if I...
him that I have found the tripod
Yeah, we already found the tripod. It's in the
in
museum.
Paris.
What, you have it?
Not yet, but it's being taken care
Oh, maybe
of.
that'll trigger the museum now.
I hired a couple of stooges
You mean Heckle and Jekyll?
for petty crime.
Would that be Flap and Guido by
Yeah,
any chance?
Flap and... I call him Heckle and Jekyll, but that's
No,
Flap
that-
and Guido.
For Klausner. He has gone off to Syria on a wild goose chase.
They have geese in Syria?
As a theory about the location of the...
Oh no! Remember signing the death warrant? He signed the death warrant.
That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
Talking to this patient, of course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. If Herr Hagenmeier was to hear that...
Okay, I'm going. I'd learned all I could from Marquet anyhow.
Ah, there you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I finished with your pressure gauge.
Thanks, Bunny.
Okay, so we
What's
get a
that
pressure
noise?
gauge back.
It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
It's all right. The doctor's in there with him.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Oui, monsieur. He showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
There's no Dr. Braille working here.
He's an imposter. The door's locked. Help me, officer.
But that guy was
Stand
dying
back,
anyway,
monsieur.
wasn't he? Door windows open. There's been another murder. So back in
Hello,
Nico's,
George.
but we've gotten everything we need and just in the nick of time. So we can talk to her about Marquet.
I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked. For the very last time.
He's dead.
Yeah, killed in cold blood by a bogus
But
doctor.
that was the
That's
doctor that was
unspeakable.
in the
What
front.
kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away.
And
out
not
the
only
window.
that, we just did that. So
Have you ever heard of the Hashi Ashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish.
what?
I'll never trust a doctor again. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves. No way. Do you want to look after the gem?
No, George.
She does. She'd be too tempted to sell it. That's what she told us last time, too. Okay. Well, we really haven't learned anything.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Looking at the manuscript. Well, we found the tripod. It is in the museum. And the gem. So we have the tripod and the gem. But we don't have anything about
There's
this
a guy
loom.
working on a loom.
And we don't have anything about the mother, the evil woman looking into the mirror with a bunch of, the woman looking into the evil mirror with about 6 evil faces.
There's
or
a
whatever she said.
woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has
3
hideous faces.
And then we have the
A
shield.
knight with a crystal ball.
And a crystal
the
ball.
Knight's scroll bears a phrase in Latin.
Something
Through my
about
teachings,
you will be enlightened.
You will be enlightened.
Okay. So far,
Look there. 2 guys.
now we should be able to leave. Oh.
There's a guy with between them.
Okay, now we can leave. Okay, so whenever you click on that, you have to go through the entire repertoire of choices. And so we did. And there's nothing new in my inventory that she is
I guess
going
I'd better
to...
go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one? Rousseau or Sergeant Moo? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
Okay. So let's look at our notes because it's blinking. We've got a couple pages of notes here. Okay, I need to find out what Montefaucon is all about. Actually, I didn't read this one. Nico will be impressed. I figured out how to open the secret door under the castle, which revealed my next big clue. An image of a gibbet in a place called Montefaucon. I'll just join the locals for a quick beer before heading back to Paris. And getting woken at night because I left the water on. Need to find out what Montefaucon is all about. Something has to do with a hanging man. And I need to find out more about the mysterious Marquet. Marquet is in a local hospital. I'll head right over there. Marquet thought I was some sort of assassin. He wasn't wrong. Seems someone's trying to stop him from reforging a sword. He wanted me to deliver the gem to a guy called the Grand Master. Marquet said the two thugs from the hotel would try to steal the tripod. He also mentioned someone called Klausner, who the assassin might have followed to Syria. Very confusing. But before I could get an explanation, I was ordered out by a doctor who wasn't a real doctor because he then murdered Marquet. These people certainly don't mess around. So we know that the museum is where the tripod is. And we know that Heckle and Jekyll are, we've been suppose that Heckle and Jekyll are going to go after the tripod and try to get it. Now here in the museum, we've been looking for Labineau, but we have not been able to find him. And I'm just seeing if this is open yet, which it's not. So let's go in the museum and see if Heckle and Jekyll are in there. All right, there's a few more people in the museum than there have been before. Maybe we should warn this guy.
Monsieur?
Do you think if you would listen to us if we warned him about it?
Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod, that belonged to John Dee.
Okay, there really isn't anything new. Hi, Winkers. Hello. Mike Kate's not on, sweetheart. And thank you so much for saying hi to Mike Kate.
Wink, 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 wink. Hello, Wink.
Even
Welcome
when
to
Mike
the
Kate's
stream.
not on. So how are you? How are you feeling? Thank you for coming into the stream.
Thanks for your help.
Okay. So there's this sarcophagus, and then there's this over here that's kind of new. It's a totem pole. We weren't able to click on that before.
Watch out! You will have that done on top of us!
Okay. What about this guy? Is this one of the bad guys?
I beg your pardon. Are you Andre?
Oh wait,
Labineau?
he's Labineau.
That's me. You want my autograph?
No.
No.
I was told you may be able to help me.
Help?
My name is George Stobart. I'd like your professional opinion.
Well, okay. Shoot.
So we got lots to ask Labineau. We finally found him. He showed up. Would you like to shake my hand? Let's just stay on course and ask him the questions so we can move the game forward.
Does the name Montfaucon mean anything to you?
Montfaucon.
Sure. It was the most grisly spectacle in Paris until the Revolution.
A public toilet?
Montfaucon was the place of execution for many thousands. A dark temple of death, with row upon row of arches, each one framing a grim exhibit. Scores of rotting corpses swung on creaking rope, while the crows devoured their flesh.
That explains the image of the hanged man. I found a reference to Montfaucon in Ireland, in a village called Lochmarn.
Lochmarn? That's where Pegram was digging.
That's right. He'd left the excavation before I arrived. Do you know Pegram well?
Not really. I met him at a conference. I would have liked to talk to him in depth, but I didn't have time.
When was this?
Oh, back in the summer, July, I think.
And I don't want to show him that yet. But I do want to show... Well, no, because she told me that he would be the expert on things like this. So maybe we will.
I'd like your opinion on a medieval manuscript.
Vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides, there are certain people who'd stop at nothing to get their hands on it.
Intriguing. Do you have a copy of the text?
There isn't much. Only a few Latin phrases. I was kind of hoping you'd help decipher the pictures.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's a tall order.
Just tell me one thing. What does the image of two men riding on the same horse suggest to you?
The Knights Templar. Does the Templar seal appear on this manuscript? I'd love to see that for myself.
Okay, so if you want to see it, you need to go see Nico Collard.
The manuscript is being looked after by a friend.
In Paris?
Yeah. Not far from here, in fact.
Well, just give me the address and I'll come round and take a look.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe I should check with her first.
A female friend?
Yeah, she's a woman.
Most female are women. And not only that, he knows her because she told us.
This friend who has the manuscript?
Oui, the anonymous girlfriend.
She lives at 361 Rue Jarry.
Ah, I know it well. I'll drop by. Just as soon as I can.
Okay, so how about asking questions?
Can you tell me anything about the Knights Templar?
I sure can, Georgie. Soldiers, diplomats, mercenaries, monks, bankers, you name it, the Templars fit the bill. The greatest fighting force in Christendom, the militia of Christ.
Jeez. How did the Templars get their name?
From the building in which they set up their headquarters. The King of Jerusalem gave them part of a mosque on the Temple Mount. It was said to have been the site of the original Temple of Solomon. The order became known first as the Knights of the Temple, and later as the Knights Templar.
You're a mine of information, Andre.
Glad to be of help, Georgie.
How come the Templars became so wealthy?
There was a constant stream of new recruits to their ranks, many from noble families. They were required to swear a sacred oath of poverty, chastity, and obedience. So, their money, goods, and lands were donated to the order. The Templars soon held land in France, Scotland, England, Spain, most of Europe, in fact. The poor Knights of Christ became the wealthiest power in Christendom.
So
This
what
is
happened
Lavenue.
What happened after that?
Okay, so the guy that I went to go see in the ward, he died. He was killed by the costume killer who was pretending. Well, it wasn't Kondo, but it was part of the organization. Somebody killed him. And then,
So he's already dead.
well, he was dead. I got to talk to him though, so I got to find out some clues. And I went and back after I talked to the doctor, and she asked me once again to go see Lavenue at the museum. And the guy that I went to see, Marquet, told me that they're going to steal the tripod from the museum. That they know where the tripod is, and that the two are going to go steal it. Two Heckle and Jekyll, that is, Guido and whatever, are going to try to attempt to steal the tripod. So I went to the museum hoping to warn this guy, the gendarme, and ended up finding Lavenue. So we're talking to Lavenue.
Is it true the treasure of
He's
the
gonna
Knights
go look
Templar
in the
was
maps.
never found?
Who knows? So little knowledge of what really
So now
happened
we're just
remains.
asking questions about
Oh, if it
Templar.
does, the truth has never been made public.
What do you mean by that?
The Templars have attained mythological status, like the King Arthur of the Britons. There are people even now who say the Templars still exist.
Do you think that's likely?
No, not for a minute.
I want to make sure I pick you up. I noticed that on some of the videos we're not quite grabbing now. Let us go.
I think you ought to know that the tripod is going to be stolen.
The Lochman tripod? No.
It's true. I can give you a description of the thieves.
Before the supposed event has taken place?
I heard them planning the raid.
They're wasting their time. The tripod is protected by a state-of-the-art alarm system.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Why don't you loan the tripod to me for safekeeping?
Because I'd never see it again.
Well, don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust, George. That tripod is hundreds of years old and extremely fragile.
I get your point. Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Why, yes, it was a radical Muslim sect whose name became synonymous with murder. It was formed in 11th century Persia, shortly before the Crusades.
At roughly the same time as the Templars.
Yes, they gave a new word to our language, Assassini, the assassins.
Okay.
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legends surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A young man who sought to join the sect was given hashish until he drifted into dreams. He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water, the most delicious food, the choicest hash, and the most delectable women imaginable.
Cool. Do you have the address?
I haven't finished the story. There was a price to pay for this taste of paradise.
Wouldn't you just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to find himself back in the real world. He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashashin.
How did the assassins operate?
Well, as I explained, the new recruits would be only too willing to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then, the Grand Master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
And they'd stop at nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it. They were fearless and deadly.
Does the cult of the assassins still exist?
Take a look around at the world today. You tell me.
Okay, and then...
Where was the site of Montfaucon?
To the northeast, near the Canal Saint-Martin, but there's nothing there now. The old gibbet was torn down during the Revolution.
Okay, so let's start showing him some things. I think there's one thing.
Do you recognize this white powder, Andre?
No.
He doesn't know anything about white powder.
Does the guy in this photograph look familiar to you?
No.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing.
Take a look at this nose, Labinot.
It really doesn't interest me, Georgie.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Andre.
Not now, Georgie.
Later on, Labino is one of Kansas in the one, the second one, third one, I can't remember which one it was I was playing. And so we really don't like Labino. Eventually we won't like.
What do you make of this tool?
Interesting. Where did you get it?
From a dig in Paris.
Vraiment? I didn't realize there were any excavations in progress in the city.
Well, it wasn't.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Alamut is the name of the place where the Hashashin were based.
Oh.
Where is it?
Somewhere in what used to be called Persia. I'm not too hot on modern geography, I'm afraid. The most recent map I have shows America as an English colony.
That's a pretty old map.
What do you make of this ID card?
Nothing.
Okay, darn it.
No way. What do you make of this?
It's the biggest gemstone I've ever seen. Where did you get it?
From Professor Pegram's messenger boy.
Did Pegram find this on his dig?
Yeah, the site where this was found was a Templar castle. Do you think it could be part of the Templar treasure?
No, I shouldn't think so. You're not one of those crazies who think the Templars still exist, are you?
Well, I try to keep an open mind on the matter. Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
So I was hoping that this guy would see the gem and think, oh, he hasn't seen the manuscript, so maybe that's what it is. So, wow, that Labino guy is such a jerk. Look at me. Look at how much I know about the Knights Templar. Well, I guess he didn't know about the Hashashin, and he knew about Montfaucon and where I needed to head. So, There's nothing we can do in the museum yet. We warned them though that somebody is going to try to steal the tripod. And so let's see. So let's go to Montefazon. This guy looks like the guy that murdered the other guy.
Excuse me, officer.
No.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
Have you seen this man before?
No. Who is it?
I believe him to be an international assassin.
Oh.
Is that all you can say? Oh.
I did wonder if I should say that I believe you to be an international paranoiac, but it didn't seem polite.
Show people this stuff.
Do you know what this is?
Aha! You Americans with your notorious nose candy. I read Hollywood Wives. I know all about it.
If you tried to sniff this stuff, you'd wall up your nostrils. It's plaster of Paris.
Yeah.
It is.
Door.
Thank heaven. For one awful moment, I thought I might actually have to arrest somebody. And oh, the paperwork. You have no idea.
Okay.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
Aha! A prosthetic nose. Very significant.
It is?
No, I am just having a little joke.
What do you make of this grease paint stained tissue?
Delightful. Would you like to see some of my used tissues?
Hell no.
Then please put yours away.
You know I'd like to shake his hand.
Would you like to shake? I stopped myself barely in time. Electrocuting a cop would not have been smart. They'd rebuild the Bastille just so they could throw me in and throw away the key. Do you know what this is?
It's a sewer key.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The pattern looks Middle Eastern.
Take a look at this.
Ah, an electrician.
What do you think of this?
A blood pressure sleeve.
Look at this gem. What do you think?
Cut glass.
No, it's not. It's for real.
What kind of madman would go around waving a priceless gem under people's noses?
So either it's glass or I'm mad? I didn't like to think about that for too long.
It's us. This is us. We're the ones who are mad.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
Okay, let's look at this side.
In French, English, and German, it read, in 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the Knightly Order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine. I couldn't open it with my bare hands.
Okay, hold on. Before I do that, I have a feeling that's how we have to get it. But I want to see the front of let's just go here to see if that tool that we have opens that up. But first, let's go into Mosby's phone.
A knight, there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess.
I did turn down this reading.
Somehow it looked more modern than its neighbor. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
Day school dropout.
On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack. A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well.
Okay, so that was kind of about the...
A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. The statue had any...
Sorry. Does it look like a hand?
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much.
Okay.
Scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell. A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4. I wondered if this guy had died in combat. I didn't have time to sit around. A row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies, the flabby flesh of the
Oh,
old men.
shit!
That wasn't a pleasing image, so I went back to the young ladies. Whoa!
I'm gonna click on that when you come back. It's funny. Ooh. George is such a guy. Oh, I saw something. Oh, I saw that. Okay, we clicked on that, I'm pretty sure. So we saw this window, and then the stained glass window, and the scroll. And then that one. And I'm just waiting on Chad. We went to go get something to drink.
I didn't have time to sit around. A row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies, the flabby flesh of the old men. That wasn't a pleasing image, so I went back to the young ladies. Whoa!
You don't like him? He can be a little bit of a pompous ass, I suppose. But he's still fun. Alright, let's go this way. Now, is there anything in the hallway here? No. And then there's up this side. No, it's the other side of the tree. No, it's clean. Okay, alright, so the tool we have in our inventory is the sewer key. And we've been carting it around showing people, but what if we could use this to get underneath the multi-zone?
Hey, you! What do you think you're doing? Leave that cover alone. Now.
Sorry, no harm intended.
You stay away from that.
Oh boy, the police officer does not want us to go that way. I don't know if we can actually talk to him, convince him. Is there anything here? No, that leaves. So we gotta go back to the Monte Pisson. Because we didn't find anything. We haven't found any clues yet. There's gotta be something.
I once read a list of low-stress jobs. It didn't include police work. Obviously, this guy hadn't read the same list. Excuse me, officer. Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have...
Yeah?
I could... Or I... Which would...
Yeah.
An excellent...
What do you know about the Knights
Les Templiers. And...
Boy, what they...
No, monsieur.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
Aha! A prosthetic nose. Very significant.
It is?
No. I am just having a little joke.
Okay.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur.
So, we need to find something. Maybe we're not ready for this area yet. But we need to find something to break the statue or crack the statue or get into the statue somehow. We can't get in this manhole cover, which would get us underneath, but maybe later we get into it. And so let's go to Nico Collard's apartment and see if Labineau has been around, because he was practically slathering at the idea of going to see our girlfriend, who's not our girlfriend actually. Go to see our love interest.
Hello, Georges.
All right, how about Labineau?
Oh, by the way, I had a visit from André Lobineau.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bear that crest.
I sure hope so. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first. Besides, Marquet would have recognized...
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have...
Okay, so we've learned nothing else.
I'd better get back to the quest.
Labineau came and saw the manuscript. So let's go back to Labineau and find out what he thinks about the manuscript. Now that you've seen the manuscript, boy,
Hi,
we're
André.
in and out really fast. We were only there 20
Hello,
minutes.
Georgie. Hey, I visited Nicole's apartment.
Yeah, she told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
So sexy.
I hope you're referring to the manuscript.
Oui, of course.
So can you please tell me about the damn manuscript started talking about things that are sexy.
What did you make of the manuscript?
It dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that from the Templar seal.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic book.
What story does the manuscript tell?
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras.
Who's he?
A Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time. The only thing I can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's a member of the De Vasconcelos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No, they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh.
The spotlight of history moved on. They're probably long dead.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Okay. Until we can get in to the tripod.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
So nothing new for that guy. It's the same.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscript?
Not me, miss. It is the unit.
And they ask you to part.
They asked me to party. No, they assume.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar. Not like Monsieur Lobineau.
Mr. Laminel.
Thanks for your help.
Okay, so whatever Mr. Labineau is doing, he's like one of those. It's like that. It's like that secretary that was keeping busy, you know, looking like she was doing something. All right. So what do we know? We know nothing because nothing new has occurred. Is there someone to call? We keep getting this is a potential place you can actually make a phone call. There's like you can make a phone call at the police station. You can make a phone call here if you knew who to call. George doesn't have anyone to call.
So, at my work, they wanted us to write down documents or phone numbers that somebody could call.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, no one put 867-5309. Or even, and then I listed what the Ghostbusters phone number is from the first one, which I then later found out that phone number, like 555-2356 or something like that, was a commonly used phone number, actually in various other shows and movies and stuff like that too. And it actually was kind of the term for it. I think it was spelled out the last 4 characters, cent or like central or something. And so it was kind of like the old way of doing things, like, you know, they'd pick it up and they'd say like some name or something like that, and then a series of numbers, which was before they started switching to all numbers or something like that. So
let me see if
Sergeant
we
Moo?
can go see the
Yes.
Rosso now.
I'd like to report in the...
Yes, monsieur?
Okay, those guys.
outside.
Okay,
They
never
stopped
mind.
me.
Could you describe...
One looked like their names are...
Bon.
Right, he knows all about them.
See you later,
So,
Sergeant.
There's nothing new there. Okay, so these are the potential places you could go use the phones. Police station or the cafe. Okay, so looks like George is on another trip. George is going to Villa de Vasconcelos.
Okay.
A few hours later, we arrived in Spain. Look at those grapes. Well, we got to see the seal for like a half of a second. Hey, hi. We were walking through the water and got wet.
Hi, is this the de Vasconcelos house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the de Vasconcelos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcelos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
What do you think?
She has won the lottery, actually.
Why, yes.
Yeah, that's it. The Countess has won the lottery, and I'm here to give her the check.
Marvelous. May I see it?
No. No, I have to deliver it to her in person.
The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
Oh, for crying out loud, why'd you lead me on then?
To amuse myself. To make you look a fool. To make you go away.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why? Have you got any use for a fistful of plaster?
No.
Do you recognize this man?
No.
I don't suppose this red nose means anything to you, does it?
Ha! El Flojo!
El who?
El Flojo! He is a clown on state television.
Oh. Is he any good?
He is as funny as scabies, without the laughs.
Look at this tissue.
It's a tissue with some greasy muck on it.
Yes, that's right. Would you like to shake hands?
I do not think so, senor.
Do you know what this is?
See, I have a similar tool for opening culverts on the estate.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
I don't smoke.
This lab pass mean anything to you?
Nothing.
What do you make of this?
So that's it. You're a salesman.
If I was hawking medical supplies, I can think of better places to hawk them. See this gem? Men have died for it.
Do I look as if I care?
Okay, this guy's gonna be a tough partner.
I'll be going
because
for now.
Adios, senor.
There's nothing in my inventory that I can show you. So let's just go see if we can see the content directly ourselves.
Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
There was no bang on the door.
The main part of the house was old, but nowhere near as old as the gatehouse section.
Okay, so this guy is a... Imagine if you gotta do something with this nose. You gotta get you distracted.
I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone. The hose ran from some sort of utility room all the way to the lawn.
Okay. So. Like something that, we also saved me in a while. Unfortunately, we're going to get run out of save spots. We're going to have to start saving all the stuff. On.
Looking through my GA versions of Western Royal 1, found I had a hit book. Oh, God, you had that. One of them, easy one, he actually had part of it. He also had a roll. It goes to Western Royal 3. Oh, okay. He just had a weird combination of stuff.
Huh. Okay, so we have, go over this part of the yard. There's something. No, I think talked about the old crumbling gatehouse or something like that.
Down below the estate, I could see the sea stretching away. It was a beautiful sight, and looked a lot like the scene from the manuscript.
We don't have the manuscript. All right, let's take his word for it that looks like it's something from the manuscript. Oh yeah, that's
Rats. It's locked.
Got a big metal hole. It just starts.
Yeah, let me just bust down the door here.
You're an American. You can do
I wasn't
anything
about to
you
go
want.
clambering on rooftops if I didn't have to. There was a statue of a guy on top of the building. He looked like a knight with a spear and some sort of staff.
Well, I think we're definitely in the right
From
spot.
a distance, I thought it might be a summer house. Close up, I wasn't so sure.
You said it's locked.
The door was a handsome piece of work, in keeping with the ornateness of the rest of the building. Rats. It's locked.
It's not like it's a puzzle, you know. It's not like you're going to shift things around. Like Nico Collard, you know, she gets the puzzle where she moves the blocks and gets on in. This is very much, though, some kind of Templar kind of thing going on here. I don't know, maybe we can talk to this guy again, but he didn't seem like he was very talkative. Definitely hunting for the pixel. Hey, Mike Cade. Hi.
Mike
Hello.
Gates here. Ba-da-da-da. Have a great time. We're so glad to see ya. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Have a great day. Beep. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, Mike Cade. get this guy.
Hello again.
You again.
Yep, and it's a real bonus to see your smiling face, too.
It's a bonus to see your smiling face. Guess what? We have nothing to do.
I'll be going for now.
Adios, senor.
Well, we got all the way over to Spain, and then we found this guy doesn't want to let us do anything.
I'm no student of architecture, but the little building looked old. I wondered if it was some sort of summer house.
I'm wondering if there's a back way onto the property.
Down the long, dusty driveway was a road along which a bus traveled maybe twice a day. I knew because I'd arrived on one. And no way was I leaving until I'd got something concrete to show Nico.
Okay, leaving is
So you can't-
not
you
an
can't
option
go
at this point. But this is where it was leading us. There was no other path. We could distract this guy if we could do something with his hose. I was walking through it. Yeah, any of the above. Give us something. Give us some kind of something. This is locked. We can't go in that way. Do something on the ground. And see, then we got this thing here.
I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left. The hose ran from some sort of utility.
Go in there. We can't leave now, so we have to figure out what this puzzle is all about. You hit him on the head with the... When in doubt, go for violence. It
Hello
is a video
again.
game, after all.
You again.
Yep, and it's a real bonus
Guess
to see
what?
your
I'm not
smiling
leaving
face,
until
too.
I can get a bus, and I'm not getting a bus until I get whatever I need here. So you must
I'll be
cooperate.
going for now.
Adios, senor.
Adios to you too, buddy.
I'm no student of architecture. I wondered if it was some sort of
Maybe we'll take the thing and bash the door. Thank you, Mike Case, for saying that.
Rats. It's locked.
Rats, I wish I had a skeleton key. What if that guy needs a pressure gauge? Hose. Pressure gauge. Hold on. Maybe. It's like the only useful tool in my inventory right now. Can't do anything else with anything else, so maybe there's a reason you can click on that area. Neat. Thank you all for watching and hanging out and working in the background. Appreciate it. Alright, let's just go over here. Maybe we can flip the pressure cuff on the hose. Could have happened to a better person. Let's see. Oh, by golly. It totally locks the water off. Oh, shucky darn, dude.
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, My horse never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it?
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my horse has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
Well, guess where we're going.
We're gonna steal your hose.
Oh, we're going in the house. We just can't be caught by him. All right. So before he comes out. Oh, the dogs. The dogs. Maybe we can hide in here. Oh, look it. There he
Hey,
is.
you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
Okay, hold on. He's gonna let the dogs loose. We might want to do something with that hose again. Disconnect it, or I don't know. Maybe we just go upstairs. How about we just go upstairs by the couch?
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar
How's everyone
are
doing?
dust.
They had a secret
We're
that
doing
was
great.
so
We're
important.
doing really
They
good.
went to a lot of trouble to
sitting
hide
here,
it.
chill back,
I do
playing
not
this
see
game.
what this has to do with my
How
family.
are you doing, Mike Cade?
Your
That's
family
more
had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago. And as for the De Vasconcelos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
Okay. So...
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks.
Boy, I'm glad to have you here.
Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
Why is that on?
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You!
Hey, hi.
Why, I feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission.
Lopez!
Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time,
I really
you will
feed
be
you to
fed
the
to the
dogs.
dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting.
Oh,
Follow
please,
me.
lady. Okay, summer house.
You're gonna raise your hand and open it magically.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I'm thinking Lopez has the key.
Lopez, unlock the door, por favor.
You're doing okay? That's awesome. Did you
This
make any
is
of
the
your
only
special
remaining
breakfast this morning,
structure on the
Mikey?
estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Oh.
Come with me.
Hey, senor.
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
I do not trust you.
Make him sound like Speedy Gonzales.
This
Speedy
is
guy.
old.
It was constructed
No
in the
cabin
13th
over in
century
6 months
as the
later.
final resting place for the De Vasconcelos
I'm gonna be
Templars.
right back.
It's well maintained.
These
Play.
are my
Play on.
ancestors,
And I'm gonna get some more.
and they deserve respect.
Or something.
I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
Hello, James Carmichael.
In front of the shrine was a lectern with a Bible on it. A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place. It was a rod with a cone and a hook on the end. I guessed it was for snuffing out the big candle in the chandelier. Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again. In front of the shrine, on removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey! It's a checkerboard!
Hey, it's a checkerboard.
Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern.
Oh, chessboard.
Okay.
Close up, I could see that the
Hi,
pattern
James
was made up of
Carmichael.
glass squares
Welcome back.
over a checkerboard pattern.
It's Virgin Mary.
It was too delicate to move.
This is used to snuff out candles.
Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit. High up in the dome were windows. I guess
How's
they
it
might
going?
open them to make
Oh,
it
it's
less
going
stuffy
good.
in there.
We
I
finally
couldn't
made
climb up there without
the
breaking something.
we found Maltefazan, and then we went to the Spain.
The mausoleum contained 5
talked
tombs
to
for 5 of the knights' templars.
the last
Man-sized in marble.
descendant of the shield crest, whatever it was on the manuscript.
May I ask you something?
So how's it
You
going
may
for you there, bud?
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5, 6.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an
I'm
ancestor?
pretty good. Going to
It
put
is
something
a
else
family
soon. I'm
matter.
starving. What are you going to
It
be
can
putting
have
in
no
the oven?
relevance.
Well, it's connected with the curse of the De Vasconcelos, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to
Could you
talk
let me know how the sound of the game
Okay,
is?
well, I'll leave it for now.
Whatever's in the fridge.
You'll leave it for now.
Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern. Purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous.
The sound is
what
fine. You might
possible
want to turn
significance
yourself
can it
upwards
have?
when you game.
It's part of a chessboard.
Don't have her.
And the
Let's-
gaps are for...
Senor Stobart. You cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind
Yeah,
of
we've got the
suggestive,
mic
isn't it?
up as high as it can go. So we can't go any higher with the mic. So we turn the gain down just a little bit. Okay.
I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time, we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
I think Lopez.
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes, the old chess set! Now hurry! My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
All right, Knights Templar.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos, is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. Their bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his